Metal Gear Online, officially out today. You haven't played any today, though, right?
Not today, no.
But you played a bunch of it last week.
Yeah, I played like 6 hours last week at Konami.
Before we get into what you thought of it back then, I want to talk a little bit about what happened today when our boy Josh Shaw, who is currently running the show, he can't come out here and talk for himself, but apparently there's some crazy like host migration problems happening where when the host disconnected from an online game, it like straight up just killed the game. And that's like some 2008 like online shooter problems, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's running into some early problems that you might expect from a more standard game. The fact that this is kind of coming much later in Metal Gear's life is a little bit weird that they didn't get that sorted out a little bit beforehand.
Yeah.
But
I remember the trailers for, it was a Call of Duty, whatever, Modern Warfare 2, I think it was, where they were like, look, host migration now, whenever that stuff happens. So yeah, there might be, let's just to put a caveat on it, there might be some technical hitches happening online with Metal Gear Online. But in terms of gameplay, Mike, what did you think about your time playing it?
I really enjoyed it. It's like enough of a game on its own, a multiplayer experience, but it also takes the parts I loved about single-player Phantom Pain and kind of just injects it into this competitive arena. It's still very much, if you're playing certain game modes like Cloak and Dagger, which is my favorite, it's like elimination, but the attacking team can only use non-lethal weapons.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then they get like permanent octo camo, but if the other team shoots them or like marks one of them, then it'll reveal them all for a few seconds. But defending team gets lethal weapons. It's just this cool dynamic, and then there's a lot of emergent stuff that comes out of single player. Like I'm sure you've seen a ton in Metal Gear, like the Phantom Pain.
Yeah, and the Phantom Pain, just whenever you're going into an outpost, there's just always random crap seems to happen that you're like, oh, I wonder if I could do this, and then it works out. And I was hearing about you and the Fulton recovery system and how. talk to us a little bit about that.
So you can there's CQC and whatnot in multiplayer as well. You know, you run up to someone, tap R2 as you're moving to just like throw them like onto their back, or you can hold it and then interrogate someone by holding L1, and then if you fill up the meter without someone else shooting you, which like good scouts, good snipers will stop you, you can reveal the entire enemy team for like 10 seconds. It'll mark them on the map for your teammates. And then if you're playing Bounty Hunter and there's these, so this is Comlink right here, it's kind of zones and the attacking team has to fill up that meter. You can Fulton people and it counts for more points toward you. But if you're playing Bounty Hunter mode, which has like these 2 ticket pools, like respawns, you deplete those by killing the other team. But if you actually Fulton someone with a high bounty on their head, it'll return that bounty into your respawns.
So if you don't kill them, if you actually like go to the effort of presumably one of the best players on the team, like stunning them, then Fultoning them. Yeah,
so say one of the other people gets 11 kills, it'll say 11 over their head, and you're like, the entire other team is like, let's protect that guy so they don't get those 11 back. And then right here, you can see that if you're Fultoning someone, you have to also kind of not protect them, but stop the other team from shooting the balloon. In one particular instance when I was playing last week, it was myself and one of the other guys on the other team. And we kept just stunning each other and trying to Fulton each other, but both our teams were on opposite sides, shooting both our balloons. So it was this endless loop of just like someone going up and then dropping, and then stunning the other person, and then that person going up, dropping, and then stunning. So finally, someone just lobbed a grenade into the middle, and we both died.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But it's really fun. I like it a lot. There's a lot of absurd stuff that happens, just like in that Metal Gear fashion. I was trying to get this disc in Cloak and Dagger. The attacking team can extract these discs to win. And I was about to bring it to the evac zone. I turned a corner, and Konami's solution to like a non-lethal mine is a D-Dog plushie.
Okay, yeah. I've seen this. You get sort of transfixed by it, right?
You squat down, kind of do this like amused look, this really, transfixed look with hearts over your head, and you're stunned for like 3 seconds. He's very cute. Yeah, I agree. I don't know if I'd go in like really inspect it during a battle.
Yeah.
Yeah, so someone rounded the corner and shot me in the back, and it was so stupid, but in the best way. And I didn't mind at all. It's like, oh, this feels like Metal Gear, I guess.
Speaking of things that are stupid, I hear something about, is it Eva from Metal Gear Solid 3? Explain this one to me, Justin.
So you can get a tactical advantage. Eva, of course, has an outfit that is sexy.
Okay.
In the Kojima
revealing.
sense. Slightly revealing.
More or less revealing than quiet?
Nothing's as revealing as quiet.
Yeah.
But one of the things that she can do is if you want to get a little bit more maneuverability, you can unzip it. You know, it's tight. Your uniform can be very tight, so it gets more maneuverability by unzipping it.
What is wrong?
And that lets you move around a little bit more.
Yeah.
Did you play around as Eva?
I love Kojima, but there's like a certain part of his brain is still like a 12-year-old boy. Like, I've been trying to spend so much money to get quiet some goddamn clothes. It costs so much research
Yeah,
to get a jumper.
Quote, tactical advantage, unquote.
Oh, my God. Well, there you go. Good to see the casual sexism coming into Metal Gear Online as well.
So I don't believe you're actually playing as Eva, but it's like I'm assuming it's a female. Maybe the male
outfit,
characters
yeah.
can wear it as well,
Okay.
but it is an outfit.
Or maybe you can, because there is a bunch of like popular characters you
yeah.
can play.
So you can play as Snake if you're on Team Snake.
Yeah.
Or you can
Team
also
Snake.
play as Ocelot, he has this like the double revolvers. If someone near you is marked, you can ricochet bullets off of walls.
That's cool, yeah.
They're pretty overpowered, but you can turn them off. And then Snake just has really good CQC with a prosthetic arm, like that.
Yeah. Can you still? Is most of the like? I know you only play for like 5 hours or so, but is most of like the late game development stuff from Metal Gear Solid 5 in this? Like, is there like rocket arms that like get blown out from?
It's got its own progression system entirely its own. So there is a lot of the same stuff. The D-Dog plushie, I believe, is specific to multiplayer. But I didn't see any prosthetic arms aside from Snake's. Everything else, you can get to level 37 your first time through, and then you ascend. It's kind of like Prestige, but next time through you get to 38, and you get like a power weapon, and then you go back to 1, then go up to 39. The 40 is the cap, but you kind of get a new top level item every time.
I like that it actually bumps up a level each time you prestige, actually. That's pretty cool.
And so this is also completely separate from the other online mode for Metal Gear, where you have your base and you're building that up. And
yeah, the forward operating base stuff. God, this game is just like I've played maybe 80 hours so far, and like I was talking to Dan at Giant Bomb about like where I am, and he was like, "Oh, you've still got like 30 hours left from where I am." Talk to us a little bit about the classes then as well. There's Infiltrator, Scout, Enforcer. How do they play differently?
The Scout is kind of just a sniper or just longer range. They're kind of back from the action, and they also can it's a big part of the game to like mark people.
Yes.
And the Scout, you can get perks that let you mark them faster because then you reveal them. I tried sniping at first. It was really tough just because there's that bullet travel time in Metal Gear, which translates into multiplayer.
And the action of the characters is very frenetic. Like they're running a lot.
Yeah, it's the same kind of movement that Snake does in Phantom Pain. Also, there's the Enforcer is more of the tank. You can get like heavy armor, riot shields, machine guns if you want. And then the Infiltrator, which is my favorite, you can equip camouflage, and also they're just faster. They also work really well if you don't put as many items in their inventory, because then they don't get weighed down. That's a big deal for any class. The
just
more
encumbrance.
Yeah, the more attachments and the heavier weapons and the more like armor you have, you'll get winded faster.
Wow,
when
that's
sprinting.
cool.
Yeah. So Josh this morning, he sprinted for like 5 seconds and it stopped, and you can hear the character breathing. He's like, "What the hell is this?" Like, and then if we look back, it was probably like a low rating on his armor, but. It's a trade-off that you can just do that on purpose if you're not going to be doing too much sprinting. Like if you're a scout, it might not matter if you're going to be kind of camping out anyway. But yeah, each character kind of lends a different, approach to playing, which is really cool.
It's cool. It seems like there's loads of like really interesting differences in this that you don't get in a lot of modern shooters or online shooters. Like most, we used to playing Call of Duty every year, or like even games like Destiny, which are breaking out in terms of other ways. Like most multiplayer sort of team multiplayer, whatever, it's still on the same very familiar lines, but between the game modes and the type of technology you use and even sort of stuff like that, just weird idiosyncrasies that exist, like encumbrance in a multiplayer shooter. It sounds like it feels like a very different type of online shooter.
Yeah, it is, and I was actually pleasantly surprised that like Metal Gear has always been more of the single player experience to me, and I thought maybe this would be kind of tacked on, and it's very separate, but it's still very fun. I liked it. There's a lot of kind of crazy scenarios I wasn't expecting, like a D-Dog plushie or just 2 people going up and down in balloons and whatnot.
And that's only in 5 hours, so who knows what's going to happen now that it's out.
And fortunately, even though this is the last Metal Gear that Kojima's working on, the next Metal Gear will still be a single-player experience because you'll be playing at a pachinko parlor.
Exactly. I hear Big Boss has already been copywritten. Big Boss erotic pachinko machines.
All right.
Probably. If Konami's
you have
track
Solid
record
come in and he'll unzip his uniform.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Be more comfortable.
For more better agility. Yeah, there you go.
And what if they pan up and that is just Snake?
Tactical advantage. Yeah. All right, I'm back on board if that happens. That's pretty good. No, didn't work.
Yeah, they've got her goggles and everything. That's
so
very
maybe
true to the original Ava outfit, but.
Guess we'll find out pretty soon. Metal Gear Online, out now, technically. Everyone's rushing to download it on PSN, which takes its goddamn time. Yep. Although also on PC, of course, and everyone else. Xbox as well. There's nobody in the office playing on an Xbox, I've just realized. Yeah. Is there anyone in the office playing? Andy's
Our
playing it
Xboxes
for.
are used up right now for other stuff.
Yeah, Andy's just doing it for Forza, I feel. But yeah, just
Well,
realized
the
of all the
problem
people
is that
playing here, no one's playing on Xbox. That's great.
It's you play what your friends are on, and when all of our friends are
Yeah.
playing on PlayStation, well,
Hey man, I'm playing The Witcher 3 on Xbox One, and it's great. I love my 29 frames a second.
I'm gonna play
on
Rock
PC.
Band on Xbox because DLC doesn't transfer over. I bought all of it on
Oh,
360.
me too.
So.
I'm gonna have to do the same thing, and the instruments presumably as well.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't. Thank you so much, Mike Mahardy, coming on, telling us all about Metal Gear Online. Very much looking forward to playing it. Let us know if you are. Thanks very much for watching today's show, folks.